In 2026, writing software, the process had changed entirely. People are not talking about how to do code. People are majorly talking about how to use AI more efficiently. And when I say about it, AI is a tool which is helping developers like on a massive scale, where it's about writing code, it's about writing code in more faster way and doing a lot of your tasks. As a software engineer, it's something which has changed the entire ecosystem for us. But there are some edge cases which like I was using cursor from a long time, and I felt that this issue is something, there are few issues that we come across a lot of time, and there is a actual way that what we can do, and we can be someone who uses AI as a tool in a more advanced level engineers. And it is pretty interesting, by the way, and this is very simple as well, and we are not talking about it, and this in this video I want to talk about it. After this you will feel that using cursor or maybe your cloud code will feel that they are working on steroids. Lesser code breaks, lesser errors, lesser dumb garbage code that you usually see in your cursor which it makes, and lesser time to debug, and also lesser time that there would be bugs will identified. So with this said, I am going to talk about how to use your tool, your AI tool, to make it sound like more smarter, and you do most of your works sorted in lesser period of time. So let's do it. I will keep it very simple, very sorted, and I'm going to talk about only one file or two file maybe that you will be needing to be a senior engineer in this era of software engineering. So let me go on my screen of cursor. So here I have this screen. As you can see, I will just start one project, and let's suppose I want to say proj. I can give any name here, it's completely fine. This is not a part of the tutorial, but yeah, let me do it. So when I start a project, especially uh, from scratch, you can you will feel that how first thing I'm going to talk about, even if you are starting project from scratch, how I can do it. And for this you just need a single file that we say dot cursor rules, right? In this you talk about the rules that cursor have to follow, and there is no if and buts, and this is far better than like debugging, and like not debugging I will say, but this is way faster that your cursor understand that what you want, and you don't have to ask him again and again. So how it works basically, let me give you a very small example of this. It's something like someone like in your is some person who wakes up every day, right, and he or she forgets what he or she had done a day before. So there is another person, there is two person A and person B. Person B tells to person A that hey, what you have to do today, and person A do that thing, and there is some fundamental rules that person B always tell to person A that you have to do this every day. Now person A goes, completes his work, go to sleep, and when again wakes up, person B again tells him or her that what you have to do from start. It takes a lot of time. If person B forgets to tell that, he or she will start the work, but this time there is a higher possibility that he or she hallucinate, he or she doesn't give the work in the defined format, and he or she gives a wrong work at the very like in the worst case scenario, which is very common though. And for that we give those humans, we give those type of person a memory, and dot cursor rules work as a memory here. Either you can use composer, either you can use, let me come to this, you can use composer, or either you can use sonnet or whatever. Right now I am using composer 1.5. the reason behind it, it takes a little less tokens, and I use it for the small works, for the lighter works. When it comes to do some heavy task, I switch to sonnet, a Claude fan you can say, but yeah. So let me talk about how and what you have to do. Very first thing here, what I usually mention is uh, projects and what the project skill and rules. So what happens in this, you define some rules that you have to follow this. How you will do it? First thing, I define stacks, and I will mention again, this is a very simple English. There is nothing like that you have to follow this rule only. You can write it in your own language, but how usually it written, I am sharing that, right? So I will say that stack, what is the stack I want to follow? Let's suppose for the front end I want to follow React plus TypeScript plus Tailwind, right? I want to do this. And then for the backend, I want to use Node.js backend with Express. And in the database, I want to use PostgreSQL with Prisma ORM. Simple. And in this way, I just define my stack. And is it only I have to do this? No, I can do a lot of things. I will save a lot of our time by just pasting some code, that some snippet that I already have. A very small example I am sharing here in the cursor rules that I want to talk about. Let me close this, right? I am talking about code style, that what should be the code style. I talked about that it should be functional component, never class component. You can do it vice versa. You can keep class for components and never functional component, but it's upon you, right? But you can, this is a preferred way that I use. Preferred name export, and this is like how I want the file structure, like file structure component go in source components, and this is how I want to keep it. Each component gets its own folder with index.tsx, type.tsx and hooks.tsx. If you are using cursor or Claude Code from a longer period of time, you must understand that why this is so much important. A lot of time your code maintain this, but a lot of time your code just do it in a single file, and the code becomes so ugly actually to read or to actually apply or maybe to debug as well. This rules helps you to make sure that next time, not next time, but every time your cursor creates a code, it follows some structure. API routes, right? What are the API routes, output format that you want to have, right? Create the TypeScript, what build a component, write the hook, add error handling, and write a user example in comments. I want to talk about the testing, right? Just test for every utility function, use React testing library. And let me just remove this. So yeah, like I have talked about testing, I had talked about output format, file structure, code style, stack. You can add more. Are we done? Almost we are done, but you can do one more thing, and which will add one more level how you use AI to do software development is context.md. You need this second file. Here you do the almost same thing. I just put a project context here. Let me show you how it's look like. What I want to do here, let me just, my bad. So let me just say this, that I want to add a project context, that hey, what this app does, SaaS dashboard, right? I am talking about what my app have to do, key entities, API convention, that again, like you are asking cursor to actually give you the same point every single time, data, error, meta, like same format to return the stuff. And if you are doing it, you must know that a lot of time your API breaks due to this reason, because cursor keep changing their format in the end, and this is what it takes time, and you have to make sure that hey, it goes in that way, right? Pagination rules, that every time whatever the API has made, if you want to follow pagination, it should do this only. Do not, you can do it more and more if you want to add more data into this, but right now for a quick idea that how cursor.rules and context.md works, I just have to start this, oh sorry, my bad, I just have to start my agent, and here I will just do one thing, that yeah, I will just create my context.md and cursor.rules rules, and I will just ask him to do as I mentioned. And you can use more better prompt if you have more time, but this is how you can do it. And next time it will do it, it will make sure that context.md and cursor rules is 2, and you have to mention it as well you has written it, right? So next time it won't break. And whenever you give multiple prompts, to make sure you include these two files so that your AI doesn't hallucinate. Now I had started, it will take time, but let's keep this video till this. Okay, I want to mention one more thing, bonus tip, that for Claude Code you can use skill.md, and also skill.md is not just for coding. If you are building something with AI integration, this file gonna help you a lot. If you want to learn more about this, you just have to comment skill.md, and I will create my next video on this. Do make sure you subscribe on my YouTube channel. I'm making this type of developer friendly content which will help them in future or maybe in present right now, and share this with your friends or the people who will need this type of content, who will need this video, right? And yeah, this is all about the complete video, and let's end this here.